Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. No script tonight, y'all. Just real talk. We're getting into pressure. The kind you feel, but you don't always talk about out loud. The kind of pressure that have you like overthinking, performing, and quietly breaking. But tonight we are not running from it. We're gonna face it because these pipes, they don't burst. So let's talk about it. We have an open panel if you choose to join. And yeah, let's get into it. Tina.
Hey, hey, hey. How's it going?
Tina.
We in the building tonight. How you doing, Antonise?
Drop a one in the chat, guys. Hello. Welcome to the comments. Welcome to the chatments. Tina,
Can you hear me?
if you are here, I'm not able to hear you.
You're unable to hear me?
Or is it may be my line. Is it my line?
I don't
Are
know.
y'all able to hear me? Drop a one in the chat if you can hear me, please.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay.
So it's me. Okay,
Oh,
so let me drop out then, and then I'll come back because I can't hear Tina.
oh,
Also, y'all can hear me,
you
but
can
I
hear us
can't hear
both.
Tina. This is
You,
wild.
you,
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna leave and come back out.
okay.
Oh, so they can hear both of us. This is crazy. Okay, hold on.
Amazing.
No, y'all saying both of us good, but I can't hear her.
I hear you fine, but
Like
you
I
can't
see
hear
y'all
me.
comments, but I can't hear Tina
Wow.
at all.
Um,
Okay, hold on.
wait a minute. Turn your volume up. Jesus. Hold on. Let me put this in the chat. Turn your media volume up. Maybe that'll help us some. I don't know. You got that right, Danielle. That is absolutely strange. There's so much going on. Boy, this must be one of them ones. This might be just one of those ones tonight, y'all.
This
If the
is
top,
wild. Okay, I can hear you now. Hey, Tina.
hey, we back in this thing. Hello.
Who said turn your media volume up?
I said that. You didn't type it.
Listen, I'm like,
It's
this is
okay.
crazy. I could see you talking, but I could not hear nothing. But I heard the music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, all is well. Okay, hey y'all, hey chatmates, how y'all doing?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Look, even the elevator said the devil is applying pressure.
He trying to,
Mm.
but we fight back. It's all well.
I know that's right. But I'm so glad that you could finally hear me. How you doing tonight? Because that was what I was asking at first.
Oh, you was asking how? I'm doing, breathing, blinking, and blessed. I'm doing
Okay, doing is better than undoing, not
right.
doing, unable to do anything, huh? Because sometimes you got to just, be able to do,
Right,
or at least be able to refrain from doing.
right. How are you today?
I am hanging tight as tighty whities on a baby. I don't know what to tell you. I'm in this thing though. I'm here.
We here.
I'm here. I'm alive. I'm relatively well. The rain get my old lady thing going.
Mm-hmm.
That off of them be having me out here cutting up sunny side up on a good Saturday morning. But
Okay.
other than that, I'm okay. I'm okay. It can take a licking and keep on ticking almost. Pause. You're not gonna go there. But yeah, I'm here. I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to finally be able to talk about something that I want to talk about. I know we've been doing the episodes here recently, and I was like, today we just need to have a station identification. Just check in for a moment, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and talk
Mm-hmm.
to the people and whatnot. Although I got this feeling, I almost started singing the song. Got this feeling, but no, that ain't what it. We talking about something else. Got this feeling that we may have quite a bit of individuals that might be interested in what we have to do tonight. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what we have to talk about tonight, which is, in fact, we're going to be talking about internal pressure. We're acknowledging internal pressure, the things that we don't talk about, the ways that we feel about things in the midst of trying to pursue greatness, in the midst of trying to pursue um, just moving forward, in trying to be as successful as you could possibly be. But before we get into all that, first and foremost, the the what you call supposed to be in the chat, miss. I just okay, I see the link.
The
Okay, I
link.
see the link now. I'd put the link in the chat, miss. Just know that if you do decide to pop up, you will be screened first because we don't do strangers in this piece. If I have never seen you, don't know nothing about your channel, I'm just meeting you. Guess
Oh
what?
boy.
You may not be able to come to the stage. However, if we are familiar with you, if we are familiar with your
Oh
voice,
boy.
and we are familiar with your message, because we ain't with no messes today. While this is a lot, can be considered a heavy topic, it doesn't have to necessarily be as heavy as what we actually feel as it pertains to pressure. With that being the case, though, I just sit here and I think about the fact that look at these people.
I don't know.
Some friends and I joined in. No, Cobson,
Y'all.
sir, ma'am, Miss Ma'am, Madam, Sir, whoever you may be in the back chat, I would suggest that you remove yourself at this time, because what we will not have is random people. Um, and then we have a Johnson Jane. We know Johnson Jane won't be coming up at all, kicking you from the studio as well. We appreciate you for coming up though. Um, and then somebody
Yeah.
said, "Someone, can I join?" Of course not. With a name like someone. Who comes in somebody's chat talking about some someone? Jesus. When I tell you the people are not playing out here. Of course
Y'all.
not, Johnson Jane. You
This
cannot.
is wild.
You know you don't know me from a can of paint, Johnson Jane. Of course not.
Y'all.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm talking about they're intentionally random people, Elevated said. That is hilarious. But yes, like I
I
said before,
cannot.
we do screen who we have up here. So if we do see a random name and a random face, just know your random self won't be in this place, not for us to display. And so I'm just glad that all of you all have come in, and I just want to make sure that I acknowledge everyone that is here at this moment. Brit Family Fun. We don't know if you can't made it back yet or not, but we're so glad that you decided to go because that says 3 o'clock, and I wasn't even in here at 3. But we're so glad that you decided to come in tonight, hang out with us for a pair of seconds. We may or may not be up here very long. I don't expect to be up here long because you know how we do. We like to do what we got to do and get on down. But we're so glad that you decided to hang out today. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. You know, I got to roll out the red carpet. I know you always like sneaking in through the back, the baptismal pool and all that. But truth be told, we just glad that you're here. Just Danielle 365 is in the building. So glad that you decided to hang out with us today. Happy Saturday to you too. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Jadmans. Elevated Chills is in the building, ready to start commotion already. But we're so glad that you decided to hang out with us. We roll out the red carpet for you, sir. You being a foundational, um, intricate part of my journey as a YouTuber, as a content creator. So glad that you decided to come into the space. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. Nephew Jeremiah, so glad that you decided to come in here, hang out with us a pair of seconds with your aunties. Thank you for making your presence felt, seen, and shown. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. I almost spoke to myself. I'm over there looking at my own writing. Tiff's Take is in the building. So glad that you are here. I always look at you as one of the up and coming celebrities in the space.
Hmm.
So glad that you decided to take out your time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chatmans. We have, wait, an actual certified uh famous individual in the space with us today. Trisha Nicole is here. So glad you decided to hang out with us. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to these here Chatmans. You say you feel so left out right now. Let me go on and roll out the red carpet one time for the one time.
Okay.
She is not only a content creator, but she makes up of who Antonice affectionately calls her, what you call it, three prayer piece? What you call it? Because I'm gonna mess
The
it up.
praying 3-pack.
Oh, the why I keep want to say three piece? The praying
I be
three
saying
pack.
3 piece too sometimes when I'm hungry.
Yes. And so anytime you hear us early in the wee hours, hello, wee hours of the morning, you will hear my voice, the voice of that Just a Yeah 365, and this voice right here, Brit Family Fun, who I affectionately call Lady Yo. So glad that you decided to hang out with us, to stay here a pair of seconds, and kick it with part of the three pack, me and Antonice, because we be praying too. She just be somewhere else when we start praying. But we're so glad that you decided to hang out with us. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans.
Oh, we have a guest.
El Presidente Peso is what I normally call him. Stash Cash of YouTube is in the building. So glad that you decided to bless us with your presence. We don't take it lightly. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans.
We have someone backstage too.
We have someone backstage, and look who's here already.
Ooh, woo.
Coming to the stage, here we have someone of whom I have grown to really appreciate. I have grown to watch at a distance, not just as a creator, but as a
Hmm.
woman of God, a woman of
Hmm.
faith. And an outstanding cook, if I might add, because I be seeing
Hmm.
her do the things in the kitchen. Hello, coming
Them
to the stage
cakes.
at this particular time to talk about this pressure we have coming to bless us with her presence. Kendi K all day.
Hey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Well, hello there. Can you all hear me okay?
Hear you well. Hear
Yes,
you
we
very
hear you.
well.
Well, it is my sincere pleasure I was driving down the street and I saw a StreamYard link in your chat and I said, oh my gosh, it's two of my favorites, Tina Mo for
Wow.
show and Anthony's Too Real. And I said, okay, I am going to pull over. And I didn't have a photo because this is on my mobile, so I didn't have
Hmm.
my normal
Oh,
avatar. But I said, well, I'm in this picture, so I'm going to pop it up.
I know
That's
that's
all right.
right. Hey,
Wow.
Candy K. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for having me. I am super excited. Y'all, I can barely talk because I am cheesing so hard that I have two
Oh,
of my favorite creators and I am on their panel. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow. And you
listen,
talking to
okay, don't make me cry. Ooh.
First of all, I must say that it is a pleasure and an honor that you would even
Mm-hmm.
grace us with your presence because, of course, you're one of my favorites as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think about that as it pertains to you because I've watched you for so long. You happen to be one of those individuals that I've known for a year, over a year now. Matter of fact,
Wow.
I just was acquainted with you maybe like last April or March or April
Mm-hmm.
or somewhere prior to that from another YouTube content creator of whom I used to visit some time ago. And so
Mhm.
whenever I see you now, I'm like, wow, to hear the wisdom
Mm-hmm.
that you impart, the things that you share, the comments that you make, the topics that you touch on. I've
Mm-hmm.
always walked away with some kind of nugget of knowledge, of wisdom, of some kind of understanding. And so when it comes to that, I always sit back and think to myself that this is a woman who is full of not just wisdom, but
Mm-hmm.
godly wisdom.
Yes.
And so with that being the
You're so
case,
kind. Both of you are so kind. Thank you for the kind words.
She's so sweet. OMG.
yes, indeed. Um, we have this topic about pressure,
Mhm.
which is one of those things that a lot of times, especially as content creators, we don't always talk about. We may talk about how things can be difficult as it pertains to the growth that we want to see, and
Mm-hmm.
even when it comes to the work life balance of life and trying to add content creation with life as a whole.
Mhm.
Um, but it's certain things that don't always get mentioned
Yeah.
is the internal pressures
Yeah.
of, will they receive me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do they
Mhm.
understand where I'm coming from? Is something
Yes.
being taken out of context? You know,
Mm.
what ways can I make this better so they can receive the actual message that I have and not something that they've hijacked from what I've offered them.
Yes.
um
Ooh,
my
hijack is a really good word for that.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yes. They will take some and run with it with the quickness.
Won't folks take things and run with it? And when I heard you say that, my mind goes to they will take something and run that thing straight out of the context in which you intended, and
Mm-hmm.
which
Yes.
they knew the correct context, but they
Right.
chose to go rogue. Won't
Yes.
folks do that? And you know when you learn from people and people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, indeed.
So there is a
Oh,
pressure. I agree. What a timely topic.
yes, indeed. I want to ask you, since you are in the content creator space, um, and you do so much. You do more than just cooking and talking. I've watched you go on walks. You've been on a health journey. There's so
Mm-hmm.
much to you that I've been able to sit back and watch. And I guess my question that I want to ask you is, what are one of the things, or what is one of the things that you've had to overcome as it pertains to pressure, the pressure to maybe impress or the pressure to not be yourself in any kind of form. What do you say to that?
Well, again, such a timely topic. And I feel as a content creator, there are so many pressures.
Mhm.
One being the pressure to do this thing called YouTube. And
Mhm.
I firmly believe and know that in your heart of hearts, if you are a YouTuber,
Mhm.
wherever you are on your YouTube journey, there is the constant pressure to succeed, right?
Mhm. Yes.
You want to be one of the ones who makes it to initial monetization. You want to
Mhm.
be one of the even more, I don't know what the stats are, but to make it to full monetization. There's that pressure. And then
Mhm.
there's the pressure of you being your biggest critic. You are
Ooh,
probably your biggest critic.
yeah.
There is the pressure for you to always continue to put pressure on yourself. And I don't know that that's a good amount of pressure, because what I've learned over the 2 years, I'm just a little bit over 2 years old on YouTube.
Okay.
Mm,
And um, I went the whole first year from January to October, the end of October, as a faceless channel, because
mm,
I felt so much pressure
Mm,
mhm,
to I was scared to show my
mhm,
face on YouTube.
mhm,
And I guess I was just scared of the unknown.
mhm,
mhm,
And I saw so many other YouTubers who were successful on YouTube without showing their face.
mhm,
mhm,
So to this day, people think that I am extroverted, but I am probably, as much as you might perceive me to be an extroverted person, I am probably that much an introvert.
mm,
mm.
I am much more comfortable being on this panel with Anthony's Too Real and Tina Mo Full Show with my camera off than I would be if my camera was on. So
Wow.
thank you for holding space for me and for others. In the enchantments, I love your content, and I love this great ongoing weekly collaboration that the two of you do. So there's that pressure, the pressure that I put on myself as a YouTuber, and I'm sure that other YouTubers put on themselves. But in YouTube, it really is you against you. So
Yeah.
mhm,
I don't, and that's not always been the case, but I don't at this moment as a YouTuber, a fully monetized YouTuber, I don't put any pressure on myself to be in competition with another YouTuber, because YouTube is about you being you. And no
Mhm.
one, absolutely no one, can be you on YouTube but you. Now one thing is for sure, I am often imitated, but can never be duplicated in these
Ooh,
I
YouTube
that
know that's
part.
streets.
right.
And as they say, imitation is the best form of flattery. And so
Mm,
I'm completely flattered by those who try to be Candy K all day. And in fact, it brings me joy. It brings me laughter, and laughter is good for the soul.
yeah.
So,
Mhm,
you know, I am imitated a lot in these YouTube streets, and again, I take it as a bit of flattery. And I just, if they would spend just as much time being themselves on
Yeah.
mhm,
YouTube, their
Yeah.
channel probably would do better. And because our channels are growing.
Yeah.
Again,
mhm,
I fully monetized a channel with just a few over 200 subscribers in
Mm.
March or either April of 2025. I just have to take a few moments, if you don't mind, to share my testimony,
No, go ahead.
no, yes,
because
please.
I think the pressure to do well on YouTube, y'all, you've got to know, all you need to be successful on YouTube is just a it bit of personality. Just a it bit.
Mm,
You don't have to be this extroverted, big energy, da 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 da. I'm telling you, I am a very introverted, shy person by nature. And it was either the end of March or the first part of April 2025. I had a few over 200 subscribers. And friends, I had a good talk with the Lord. And I said, I laid my burdens down to the Lord, and some of them included my goals for YouTube. And I said, Lord, why why doesn't anybody watch my content? Lord, why isn't my channel growing? Because at that point I was looking over at other folks' channel. Mm, don't do that.
mhm,
Right?
Wow.
Because the grass always looks greener from
mhm,
my side of the fence. But when you
right.
get up on it, when you get over there in their channel and you get down in to the bones of their channel and realize that they don't have any evergreen content, that
Mm.
they might be unbalanced in how their content is laid out on their channel, all of the things. It just looks greener. from my side of the fence. It doesn't mean that there are not some brown spots on their channel too and in their grass. So, but the Lord revealed some things to me, or it just the lights came on after a little bit over a year on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and I just began to understand YouTube. I thank God for that discernment. But He
Yes.
gave me some clear understanding about YouTube. And I used that understanding and that discernment about YouTube, and I grew my channel from 200 to over 1,000 in 6 months using my
Whoa.
iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Whoa.
The only additional equipment that I had, I didn't have a $300 camera, $500 camera, or higher. I bought a $20 ring light, and I'm still using that ring light today.
That part.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can do it. If Kendi K can fully monetize a channel at 49 years old, y'all, I'm now 50 years old, and I am tickled pink as a black woman. I am tickled pink that I
Yes.
have been able to fully monetize a
Yes.
channel and have gotten a YouTube check every month since
Wow.
That
August.
part.
I became initially monetized in July of 2025. And so by August check time, so you get the hours, the watch hours in July, and then they pay you for them the next month in August,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so
Mm.
forth, month to month. By the time I got my first YouTube check in August, do you know that I was fully monetized?
Whoa.
Mm.
That's a
Wow.
testimony.
And it
And
is.
I'm not trying to be braggadocious or anything. I'm telling you this, y'all. If Kendi K, a plus size but gorgeous black woman, can
Mm-hmm.
fully monetize a channel at 50, well, actually, I was 49 at the time. If I can do it, I know you can do it. And you probably can do it in less than 6 months.
Yes,
Mm.
indeed.
I know you can. I know you can. I call Tina Mofo's show the voice of YouTube.
Yes.
Y'all, she has a voice that folks pay money for. Honey, you need to do some voiceovers.
Okay, some ASMR, all of
Friend,
that.
friend, you need to go into the voiceover business. And I'm not being funny here, but
I believe you.
friend, you might need to okay, we need to talk, Tina Mo, for sure, because you need to use that voice and parlay that into an additional revenue stream.
Mm-hmm.
And and
Absolutely.
then and then you take our friend Anthony's Too Real, y'all. She hangs out with these big YouTubers. Those are her friends. I've been watching y'all. I watch the two of you so much, but let me tell you why you probably don't know that I'm watching. Because I watch you because I love your content. So it's in the evening hours because this is the time of day that you all come on or later,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm usually already in my recliner because I'm 50, y'all. I'm 50 years old. And so I'm probably in my recliner or in my bed watching you all on TV. And if that's the case, I don't have my glasses on. I'm not trying to chat in the chat. I'm just trying to laugh. I'm trying to get, you talked about nuggets. I'm trying to get some nuggets of information because I'm always going to get some wisdom. There's wisdom in both of you ladies because you ladies are both women of a particular age. And I
Absolutely.
love I love that. I love how you show up as black women on YouTube. I love that from you, both of you. So I'm all the time watching and enjoying the content, especially when you all do these collaborations and then watching your individual content as well. Thank you all for allowing me this opportunity to grace your panel.
Thank you.
Oh, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Penny
Thank
K.
you, Kendi K, all day. We certainly appreciate the time
Yes.
that you've spent, the nuggets that you shared, and
Yes.
your encouragement, because we need it.
Mm-hmm.
We most certainly need it. Congratulations to your success.
Yes.
And I pray that you
Congratulations.
continue to have a blessed day.
Yes.
Thank you. thank you. I just picked myself, I just gathered at 50 years old on a Saturday, y'all. And I did a great live stream earlier today with someone that we all know and love, The Source
Mm-hmm.
479.
Mm-hmm.
Joined me
Mm.
for my interview segment, Coffee and Conversations, y'all. But at 50 years old, I went and gathered me and my child some plates at the Piccadilly.
I
Amen.
know
For the
that's right.
So
Piccadilly.
that's right.
I
Some
just
good
went and
eating.
gathered us some plates for a Saturday evening because y'all, I just didn't feel like it. I'm just being human
Mm-hmm.
and fully transparent. Sometimes you just need to go and gather something. And
Yeah.
that's what I did. Yes.
Yeah. Gathering counts. Mm?
Yes. So I'm having baked fish, and he's going to have that hamburger steak with some onions, and I think I got a mashed potatoes and gravy on it. Yeah.
Well, that
And
sounds pretty good now.
Yes,
of
I
course,
hope
we
y'all
like the carrots.
enjoy.
Yes, we're gonna enjoy that. Enjoy that. But I got mine sans bread without a cornbread. But
Mm.
he can have a double helping of that cornbread. Y'all, thank y'all for allowing me to grace your stage and talk a little bit about pressure.
Thank
Pressure is
you.
good though, because
Yes,
when you
it
put
is.
things under pressure, like
Hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
pressure cooker,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
usually what comes out, the output,
Come
is
on.
better, is better,
Hmm.
better than what went in. Yeah,
Hmm.
usually it tastes better, it feels better, it's not so tough, but it's good on the other
Hmm.
side. On
Yes.
the other
Mm-hmm.
side. It makes me think about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego
You better
when
talk
they
Ooh,
were
now.
in the fiery furnace.
Uh-huh.
okay.
hmm They came out with not a scratch or a
Hmm.
blemish because you
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
know who was in there in the midst? God was in the
Okay.
midst.
Hmm.
God
Mm-hmm.
said, "I'm going to be with you in the
Mm-hmm.
fiery furnace." And
Mm-hmm.
that's pressure too. That's pressure too. So
It
keep
is.
God first. And friends, I'm going to be a Christian and I'm going to be a believer and I'm going to profess Jesus all
Yes.
through these YouTube streets.
Yes, indeed.
And if you're not into
Yes.
that, don't come to my channel.
I
That
It's
know
as
part.
that's
simple as
right.
that. It's as
That
simple as
part.
that. Because we gonna preach Jesus here, and I'm not a preacher at all, but
Mm-hmm.
we gonna preach Jesus, and I'm gonna say all the things, and Bible this and Bible that, because it's about you being you
Hmm.
authentically, and
Being you.
that's the
Mm-hmm.
pressure. We don't put so much pressure on yourself though, because it's so
Mm-hmm.
easy if you're just being yourself as a
Hmm.
YouTuber.
It is. It
Love
is.
it.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there anything you want to tell the people before you go about the
I
channel or anything like that?
Well, I would if y'all would join me tomorrow. It's a special
Mhm.
time for Shop Talk. It's our Sunday edition of Shop Talk, but I'm doing it in the afternoon. It's going to be a 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. if you're in the Central Time Zone, and that would be 12 noon Pacific Time if you're coming in from the West Coast. It is going to be our 100th episode of Shop Talk.
Mhm.
100 episodes of Shop Talk is what we're celebrating tomorrow. Won't y'all come and join me and for a good time?
Absolutely.
Will do. I was on episode 99 in the background.
I saw you chiming in. I saw that when I always watch back my content for my own self reflection and
Mhm.
improvement. That's how you improve is by watching your content. Now, I didn't
Oh, I
say
like
watch your
that.
content 100 times. Okay, that's
Yes.
not allowed. Okay, and those
I can
hours
see.
won't count. But it is always important to rewatch your content on the horizontal and on the vertical. Okay, watch your content so that you know how you're coming across. Listen to it with a critical ear for yourself so that you know, ooh, no wonder so many people took that the wrong way because I didn't say that quite right, and then that'll
Okay.
help you
Mm,
I
not
like
do
that.
it. You know what I'm saying? Have
right.
a critical ear for yourself, but then also connect with a few, right? Make yourself a good core crew of people that you trust
Yes.
and ask them to be a critical friend.
Yes.
Meaning, hey, let me know. Pull my coattail if I got out of line. Let me
Mm-hmm.
know if I went too far with that joke and nobody found it funny, right?
Yeah.
That's who you need in your circle, right? You
Yes,
you need
indeed.
everybody on YouTube needs an inner circle.
Mm-hmm.
And you need some YouTubers in that inner circle because
Hmm.
they're going to tell you the truth. And you should invite them to tell you the truth whether you like it or not, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes we agree and then sometimes we just have to say, ouch. You
Right.
know, I did do that. I did do that. And I'm going to try not to do that again. Yeah, we've all had those moments. Me too. Me too.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Love it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna come down from the panel and I'm just gonna listen as I tootle on home with my gathered meals.
Okay. Thank you. Enjoy.
Thank
See
you
you
so much.
tomorrow.
Thank you. I'll keep listening with both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.
I love that. Goodbye for now. Oh, we have another. Oh,
Coming
backstage.
to the stage, we have a content creator, a self exercise extraordinaire. We
Hmm.
also have a cook, a praying woman,
Hmm.
someone who believes in being nice, in being kind, and in being endearing.
Hmm.
Someone who will reach out and give you a hug, someone that will sing you a song if it'll
Hmm.
make you feel better.
Hmm.
Coming to the stage at this point, I'm so glad to have her, so glad to see her. And she's not a stranger to the place. We have with us coming to the stage Yolanda Britt, known as Britt Family Fun.
Hi, ladies. Hello, hello,
Hey,
hello.
yo, Britt.
Hey,
Hey, thank
hey.
you for the warm welcome.
I'm
I
about to
appreciate
leave out and
it.
come back in so I can give me a warm welcome like that. Don't Tina B, she just,
I
oh, I
mean,
love it. I
right?
freaking love it. I love it.
I
Hey,
am
yo, Britt.
tickled. um, this is one of those conversations that though it can be all over the place at any given time, at the same time we always like to listen to so many different voices because you all have a lens from your own lane. You
Mm-hmm.
have this perspective from what your experience is. And so Yolanda, we first want to ask you how you're doing. But before we go into all of that, we must go to the chat. Because let me tell you something, there's some people that came in and probably threw up the finger and left. But for those who are still in the place, we just want to acknowledge you. I saw Crystal's World was in the place of yes, yes, yes. Here you go. I saw Crystal's World. I'm so glad that you decided to come by. I don't know if you're still here, but what I can say is, as always, I appreciate your presence anytime you make it come into the space. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. I also saw Susanna, someone who has been um, supporting me for quite a while now. Every time I go live, I always see her name. And it's so good to know that people appreciate who you are. And if nothing else, will come in and let you know, hey, I'm here to support you. So glad that you
Mhm.
decided to come in, step by, hang out with us a pair of seconds. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapman, Susanna.
Hey,
We
Susanna.
also have. Oh yeah, I don't know why I can't find her. I've been looking, trying to find Kenny K's information. I'm gonna have to go and find her somewhere so I can post her information in the Chapmans just in case you all want to go. But everybody should be familiar with her already. I also saw Lafita. Lafita, so glad that you decided to hang out with us today. You know you're one of my favorites. Uh, I affectionately call you my sister. So glad that you're here. So glad that you decided to hang out with us today. We don't take your presence for granted. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. Um, I'm still tickled about the fact that this lady said I should be doing voiceovers, and I'm like,
And you
Mm.
I have
should.
thought about it, and that's not the first time someone said that to me.
Literally.
But that showed enough to tickle me deep down on the inside. Miss Do It Yourself, Miss DIY is in the building with us. So glad that you decided to hang out with us today. Could have been anywhere doing your own thing because you do it yourself. So glad that you
Mhm.
decided to hang out with us a pair of seconds. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chatmans.
Hey.
And the one and only.
Yeah.
Lala, the high vibe coach, is in the building. So glad that you decided to hang out with us today. Anytime that I see you, I'm elated. Number one, you be up early in the wee hours of the morning. I'm surprised that you're even out when the street lights come on. But I'm so glad that you decided to hang out with us these pair of seconds. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans.
Hey,
Trying to make sure
Lala.
I don't miss anybody else. We got a whole lot of hays, highs, hellos, and whatnot in the chat. Miss, now, if y'all said something, I ain't see it. All I seen was hey and high and waves. But I'm so glad you all, as like Stan say, out here vibing with us tonight. But Yolanda, back to you. Um, I think about the fact that when it comes to you, I've watched you grow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something else to consider is when you're sitting back and you're watching people and you see their content, you see them making an effort, you see them be consistent, you see them doing the things, and then you see one day they become monetized,
Mm-hmm.
they have growth, they meet milestones, and they still maintain the same character.
Mm-hmm.
They still are able to come in and express themselves in a way that lets you know that it's them and only them. They didn't become a foreign caricature of themselves. But
Hmm.
when you see them, you know what to expect. When you
Yeah.
see them, you know what you're going to get. When you see them, you see them. And so, to that, I think about that as it pertains to pressure. Have you
Hmm.
ever been in a space, Yolanda, um, where you've experienced internal pressure, either to not be yourself or to maybe even lash out somebody? Because, it's plenty of times that, with the kind of trolls and stuff that we have come through here
Ooh,
sometimes.
ooh.
Um, I've always wondered, have you ever experienced the pressure to be something else other than who you are?
Gratefully, I haven't felt like I wanted to be someone else, but the stigma that comes from some content creators and other trolls, it could be something as minimal for me, like hair.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know I have a short haircut. Didn't always have short hair, have had a hair all the way down my back. But a lot of times with a lot of trolls and some people not been trolls, get, don't you think you'll look better with long hair or a weave or this or that or the third? Sometimes those things can, I can't speak for everybody else because maybe everybody just Superman strong and
No,
stuff
they
bounce
can be a
off them
lot.
like bullets. But for me, it bothers me. Like one time I've had somebody come on, I had on a black hoodie, long black earrings. I was just
Mm-hmm.
chilling. And they were like, "What's up, bro?" I was like, "I know I don't look like no whole woman. Yes, the H you do look like a whole N word. Sitting up there with all black. You look like a nigga." They said it just like that. I was like perplexed. Yeah, them women from the DMV, they all look like you. Second wrong statement.
Right.
And I know people are like, well, you don't know them. Like, and it's like, woman up, put your big, why you let that get to you? Why you playing victim? I don't have a Superman cape on, so that's the issue. Trying not to be myself. No, I feel, and if somebody knows me and they've watched my content long enough, that I've
Mm-hmm.
always been genuinely myself. I'm grateful for that, and I don't ever want to get to a place where I feel like I gotta not be me. If
Right.
it's that, then I don't even need to be here because I don't want to ever get lost trying to be somebody else. Yeah,
Right.
being silly and trying to drum up a character, or something like that's different. But I'm talking about just not being me. I don't ever want to be in that place.
I get what you're saying, yo, Britt. I was about to say the trolls, they can be a lot at times. But
Yeah,
and then you still have to think too, honestly, you have people that honestly just wake up and like their whole demeanor is to like get online and mess up somebody else's day.
yeah.
When you were saying about like not being yourself or wanting to be somebody else, now I have honestly had times where I don't want to be somebody else, but I felt like from my overthinking and stuff, it may have made me pull back like who I am or not necessarily be all of me, because I think sometimes I can maybe be a lot and it may be too much for some people.
Hmm.
But I definitely understood what you were saying.
Yeah, I was hoping that I was clear because that was the best way that I could explain it because that's the issues that I have quite often. Sometimes more than when you know content creation is not easy. Anytime you can be in a live and somebody come on for 30 minutes and they trolling with everything in them to the point where they're blocked and reported and come back with 10 to 12 different pages. That was one of the most difficult days because I hadn't experienced, yes, I've experienced trolling crazy, but that one was the most challenging because when I say they were evil, I mean, literally, can you imagine 30 to 40 minutes every time somebody gets blocked? They come back with a new page 10 to 12 times.
Yeah, and that gotta be frustrating. And that's kind of like that's like persistently weird.
Very much so.
Sorry, y'all.
Very much so. So that's
No, that's
the
like
dark side. That's,
it take a lot to like make a YouTube page. So that's
whew,
like yeah,
yeah,
like
it's a lot. I try to make sure that I remain authentically myself at all times. And, I thank God I do have people in my life that are real with me, and I know that if they caught me being or, heard me even being anything less than myself, they would definitely pull my coattail. And
hmm
so um I'm grateful for people um like that. Candy K said something really profound, and I've heard this a couple of times. Do you watch your own content? I'll be like, no, I don't like to hear myself talk you know
oh
um
yeah.
and that's something that I need to get over and just sit down and put it on and just take a look
hmm
at it. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Because I've really shied from hearing myself. um you know that's
It's
just
hard at
that.
first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
that's
used to
something
be
I
like
really need to
that,
get
and Tina
into.
suggested that. Like she was like, "Too real, do you listen to her show afterwards?" And I'm like, no, I used to, yeah, I didn't like listening to myself because I'm like, dang, girl, why is you so loud? But I've been loud my whole life. Like, my mom was like, I always been like a loud person. But I'm like, now I can listen to myself, and then sometimes I be like, nah, like, why you said that? Or, but yeah,
Yeah,
you should try it. But this one took me out when Kitty K was like, now don't watch it 100 times. I'm like, oops, I felt seen. Cause I'm like, ain't nobody else watching my content. I gotta watch it. But yeah, I agree. But yeah,
yeah,
check
because
your
we
content
can get
out.
it. We can, yeah, we can get, you can get in trouble for doing that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, you can get it. You can get in trouble for doing that. Like she said once, yes, but watching your content like over and over again, your own stuff, yeah, you can get in trouble for that day. Right. Just like I just found out, um, say for instance, like I'm on live here, but then I'm
Mm-hmm.
on somebody else's page commenting from a different phone. They don't like that either. It's really not supposed to be done.
Okay.
Unless
Okay.
it's from another, say for instance, you had a second page, that is
Mhm.
okay. But watching it from your same thing, yeah, they don't like that either. I'm still
Ladies,
learning the do's and
ladies,
don'ts of YouTube. I'm learning new stuff daily.
ladies. I just wanted to take a moment to number one, redirect.
Yes.
Uh, we have at our stage at this time, we have a young lady that we are all acquainted with, um, of whom always is um, trying to encourage us to live better,
Hmm.
to eat better, to treat our bodies and our minds better.
Yes.
And because of that, um, her presence at this stage, I just want to acknowledge. Thank you so much. And we want to present to some and introduce to others. Lala, the high vibe coaches in the building with
Mm.
us today. How are you, Lala?
I'm amazing balls.
Hey, la la.
I am amazing balls. I just wanted to, yes, share some encouragement on the troll situation. If it don't apply to you, then it shouldn't fly to you. You shouldn't take any of that personal. I want you guys to stay strong out there. You can't be pussy out here
Mm-hmm.
in these YouTube streets. Um, you have to have your head on tight and up high and know who you are individually, because anybody can come and call you a bald head scallywag. And if you're not a bald head scallywag, why would you ever be offended? And even if you are, then you still don't know me, bruh. You just can't take it personally. So I just wanted to tune in to that. And then also, yes, there are people that wake up and they choose to troll. And I tell them when they come into my chat, because I don't want to get off the subject and I don't want to, wherever your focus goes, energy grows. So I don't want to give them all my energy, but I do tell them, I say, you know what? Whatever you're not changing, you are choosing. So just know that the longer you stay here, the longer that you care.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Agreed.
um,
Absolutely.
if it's one thing that I think about all the time as it pertains to how others act, negative or positive, my thing, especially with the theme of today about pressure, um, people are going to be people. People be peopling, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
What I can tell you though is that a lot of times when it comes to who you are as a person, staying true to what you believe, staying true to what you understand, staying true to um the things that keep you grounded, your foundational principles, your morals, uh, your ethics, the way that you think. My question to you, ladies, is more so about what keeps you in the place where you're experiencing internal pressures, the internal pressure of trying to push yourself in a place that you have not maybe acquired yet. The quiet pressures of, am I good enough? The quiet pressures of, um I want to be received a certain way, but is what I'm saying landing with individuals? When I talk about pressures, it's more so not necessarily about critiquing what somebody did to me, but more so what is my response to the thing that's happening to me. Do you ever feel the pressure to be or do something that's either out of your character, does not align with the message that you uh desire to get across to people? Like, for instance, you, Lala, you're extremely positive, extremely positive, always have something uplifting to say, always have something to cause a person to become more centered as it pertains to who they are as an individual, what they believe, what they think. My question is, have you ever wrestled with, um, maybe prior to you coming to the place that you are now, have you ever wrestled with the internal pressure to be negative or to do something that is outside of your character?
Not out of reaction,
Okay. Mhm.
not out of
Mhm.
external, just responding to others the way
Mhm.
that they treat me. But as far as myself looking in the
Mhm.
mirror,
Mhm.
I can't say, as an adult,
Mhm.
no, my mother was the type that always said, "You know what? If if you is breathing, child, you is good."
Mhm.
So that's just the way that
Mm.
I was raised.
Mhm. Not always even is it about performing for other people, because I don't want everything to be about, oh, I want to be this and I want to be that, as it pertains to the perspective of even content creation or the things that we deal with as it pertains to YouTube. But there's also the other things that bother us about, like for instance, all of us at some point in time have dealt with weight, whether
Mhm.
we wanted to shed a few pounds or what have you, or we wanted to tone up or whatever it is that we desire to do health wise. Um, have you ever been in a space where you felt the pressure of maybe giving up, or the pressure of, I don't think that I can do this. I don't know if I can meet the internal goal, or I'm not meeting the expectations that I've set for myself? Not necessarily I'm trying to be fine for somebody else, but the thing of, I see myself a certain way. I know who I am internally. And while there are many people that can be very externally, they could be very boisterous. They could be very confident. They could come across as very um not necessarily heady or high minded, but they can come off as if they don't have any trouble or they don't have any insecurities. And so, my question is, how do you have you ever had to deal with insecurity? And if you have, how were you able to either overcome it, or have you seen it in other people? Or if you have seen it, what would you say to that individual that is experiencing that internal pressure?
If you think you can or you think you can't, then you're probably right. It starts in the
Mhm.
mind. You got to keep your mind together. You got to keep your head on as far as that is concerned, whether it's physical, mental, financial, emotional. You have to set a standard for yourself that, this is my rock bottom, and I this is it. You set your own standard of what rock bottom is. So somebody's rock bottom might not even be your rock bottom,
Hmm.
and you got to say, "Oh no, we're not going. We not going to go there. We're not even going to get to that point to where we feel that we want to throw in the towel or jump off the bridge."
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. What would you say? Do you would you say that that's your upbringing that causes you to be so confident in that, where you can tell yourself to just um consider what how you think or what you're thinking about?
I know so.
Mm-hmm.
I know so. I hear my mother. I hear my mother now. I know so. She good. If I come to her with something or anything, she'll be like, "Okay, so what we gonna do? Why is you just talking about it? What we gonna do now? What be about it? Don't just talk about it. Be about it. What we gonna do about it?" Or if it's something that I can't change, then you say, "Well, let it be. Move on."
Mm. I definitely get that. One of the things that I want to make sure that I acknowledge is the fact that sometimes we come to a space where we're willing to give up something,
Mhm.
give up an effort, um, give up a venture. And when I say give up, I'm not necessarily talking about on life itself,
Mhm.
but it is a thing of, sometimes I've been working at something for so long and I've had internal expectations, I've had internal deadlines, I've
Mhm.
had things on the inside that I desire. And though I've been working hard and I've been working at this thing for a long time, because I don't see anything that even looks like it's heading towards what I initially went after. or working
Mm-hmm.
towards what I initially set out to do. Um, I sometimes experience the pressure of, is it worth it? Is it worth my
Mm-hmm.
effort? Is it worth me continuing to pour time, effort, energy into something that I don't see any returns on yet? I don't know if either one of you ladies on the panel have experienced that, but I do ask the question, and it's open to whoever wants to answer. I ask the question: have you ever faced, or do you face times or seasons in your life where you come to a hard place in your life? This is not easy for me to overcome. This is not easy for me to get past, and I don't see a way to the other side yet. uh do any have you any either of you felt that, and if so, what was that experience like for you, and have you overcome it yet? Because not everything that we go through, we on the other side of victory as it pertains to the thing that we set out to do.
Mm. I
Oh,
have, and I was gonna say I have, and like currently, like I have things that I'm working on, and I have been working on, in my personal life, and it's been like now going on. It's only been like a year, right? And so with that, I'm just like, how much longer? Because pouring like time, resources, like financially, and not really seeing nothing like come from it. I'm like, okay, do I keep going or do I like pause this? But it's like, okay, if I give up now, like if I keep telling myself and like going to the Lord about it, because it's like if I give up now, I don't know like if what I'm working towards is gonna work out, because if I stop now, like, I'll never know. But it's hard. It's like a daily battle. Definitely like just trying to be encouraged, but it's hard because it's like, how do you know like when to be like, okay, yeah, I'm finna give in the towel. And I don't want to give in the towel because I have like stopped before or like gave up too soon on other things. And I'm like, dang, if I would have just kept at it, who's to say, like what would have happened?
Yeah, I have to give myself a timeline to say, you know what, if I give this thing half-ass efforts, I'm gonna get half results
Okay.
on whatever the case may be. And I know a lot of times I say, well, you can say I don't have time, or you can say it's not a priority. Are we actually putting in
Mm-hmm.
the time? Because I do. I have a lot of things on my plate that I think that are on my plate. They not on my plate. They on the table, but they not on my plate because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
giving it the time. So I can't be upset that I'm not using this Cricut and heat press that keep looking at me every day. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad at it because I'm not putting in the effort for it.
Oh.
So, you just have to consider, well, did I really invest all the time that I
Mm-hmm.
should? Consistently, meaning every single day eating that bite off of that elephant.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's something to think about too. Thank you, Lala, for bringing that point in reference to, is it on my plate or is it on the table? I might struggle with that. Realizing, is it on my plate or is it on the table? So thank you for that.
I always ask the question of, how did it get to the table in the first place?
Mm.
Yeah, you have
Because
these. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Well, I think it gets to the table because we do have it is good that we have goals and dreams and wishes and plans and things of that nature, but you can only focus on one thing at a time. I don't care how many people say, "Oh, you can multitask," but really energy is like a weapon. You point it in one direction, and whatever you keep pointing it in is growing that thing. And if you take it off of that thing and point it to another thing, then that now that garden isn't being watered over there. So you have to continuously water whatever that thing is. You have to put until that flower blooms. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
hard to multitask. Sometimes you do need to just focus on that one thing. So it is okay
Mm-hmm.
that you may have seeds for those things, but don't put them in the ground yet if you're not going to water
Um, I can agree with that to some degree, and I also consider this because we're not one dimensional. There are many different facets to our lives. Even in using that as an example as it pertains to planting and growing. Um, yes, I need to work on my health, and I need to work on the things that I have to do as it pertains to work. And I have relationships that I have to steward. And
Mhm.
I have things as it pertains to money or business and things of that nature that I also have to steward as well. And so I think about that like I can't pour all my focus into my job. Then what happens to my health? What happens to my
Mhm.
relationships? You know, yeah, I'll have some money, but then if I'm not paying the bills, if I'm not taking the time to take care of other things. And so sometimes I think that we can become so focused on a thing that we miss everything else. On the other hand, I think there are times where we don't add enough attention to some of the things that we have, and or don't have the proper balance to know what's priority and when.
Mm.
Yeah, balance.
Yeah, because not always, and that's the thing about balance. Everybody wants everything to be 50-50 and the 60-40 and all this, that, and the other. And I'm like, but at the same time, it's according to what is the priority. It's according to, okay, what am I supposed to do right now? What
Mm.
am I supposed to be doing that will cause me to be able to sit other things to the side because they're not as important, and
Mhm.
prioritize on this one thing so I
Mhm.
can either master it, so I can embrace it, so I can give it the attention that it needs, to find out if it needs water,
Mhm.
to find out if it actually needs sunlight, or
Mhm.
if it's just the temperature in which it's in that I need to take it out of. It's too cold in here. It's too hot in here. You know.
Mhm.
I
And
use a
so
lot.
And so, if you know what you're dealing with and you know how to tackle it, then of course that's one thing. But if you don't know what you're dealing with and you don't know how to tackle it, there are some other things that may suffer while you're trying to figure this thing out. But the thing about coming back to pressure is the pressure to either want to discard everything else so I can focus on this one thing, or the thing of this thing is so hard that I need to dismiss it and do anything but that. And I
Mhm.
think that sometimes we can find ourselves in a place of I don't know what to do with this thing that I have in my possession that's in my
Mhm.
life that I can't get rid of. You can't get rid of your kids. You know what I'm saying? Uh you
I
can,
have, I
it's
have.
one of those things where and I see your question and I get to you in just a minute, Miss Virgo. Um but you can't get rid of your children. And you can't, I mean, you might get upset with your spouse, but you can't get rid of them. They live in your house. But you don't want to get rid of
Mhm.
them because you need them part as being part of your life. But on the other hand, it's one of those things of, okay, how do I deal with what's going on with this baby? And I still gotta go to work. How do I
Mhm.
deal with what's going on with my husband? What is wrong with him? What is going on in this relationship period? That I need to now take my attention off of cooking the mashed potatoes to see what you want. What's going on here? Is it that important for me to continue to cook the mashed potatoes, or is it important for me to be able to pour into the individual that I'm connected to
Mhm.
in whatever space that is? Because it ain't got to be marriage. It could be parental. It could be your friend. Whatever it
Mhm.
is. At the end of the day, when we have things in our lives that draw our attention away from everything else,
Mhm.
9 out of 10, it's an emergency. It's some kind of something that's letting you know something's not right here. I need you. Whether it's your bank account, your job, whether it's that child, it needs your attention. So I think that sometimes being able to acknowledge the fact that I don't know how to be everything to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to be in every space all the time. And it would be great to have a positive outlook, positive attitude. It's going to work out. It's going to be wonderful. However, what do I do with how I feel in the moment of in my moment of inadequacy?
Hmm.
What do I do in the moment when the thing that I'm caring for is leaving?
Mm.
What do I do when the season is ending for a thing that I'm accustomed to having in my life? Whether that be a friendship, whether that be a family member,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. What happens when you know the layoffs are coming because the job has been sent overseas?
Mm.
How do you deal with that?
You trust in the Lord and know that everything
Yes.
happens for a reason. You take that time for reflection, and wherever you go, God is with you. Whatever happens,
Mm-hmm.
that you are strong to get through that.
I
Trust.
most certainly believe that. No doubt in my mind. And I also have the experience of while I'm waiting
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trusting, the thing is still in my face.
Mhm.
And I think that there's tension in just the thing of not ignoring what I'm going through,
Mm-hmm.
not acting like it does not exist, but more so about the thing of, okay, I don't know how to deal with it, but it's there. I don't yet have all the answers, but I'm still dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't always have the emotional bandwidth to do what I need to do with this thing, this person, this individual, this relationship. But it's still a part of me. It's still tethered to me in some kind of way that I can't just walk away from it. I may be responsible for the thing or the person that I'm having all of this angst about, that I'm experiencing all this pressure about. Not necessarily the pressure to be something to them that I can't be,
Right.
but the pressure of, I don't know what to be to you right now. I don't know how to show up in a way that is beneficial to you. I don't know how to finish a thing when I don't know where the finish line is to finish it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's hard to speak in general. That's
Mm-hmm.
hard to speak just to say in general as far as relationship goes. I can't really speak to
Mhm.
generalizations like that, but me, I'm a cutter. I will cut. I will I will block, erase, delete. If ain't your mama, you know, if ain't your
And that's
mama.
easy to do. If they're not in your life in that
Yeah.
fashion. I just be talk I just have been more so talking about the things that you have the outside. I could turn off YouTube. I ain't gotta
Mm-hmm.
look at no content. I ain't gotta look at my own. I ain't gotta hear nobody's voice.
Right.
But I walk everywhere I go. When I get in the car, I'm in the car with me.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to the doctor, I'm at the doctor seeing about me.
Mm-hmm.
When
Mhm.
I hear what I hear from wherever I hear it from that I don't like, I got to deal with the feelings that I walk around with.
Mm-hmm.
How do you take that and still look at the next person and say, I got to be here for you, though I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with? It's the internal pressure of the combination of I still am who I am. I still have the responsibility and the accountability to be
Mm-hmm.
there in other spaces that I cannot just walk away from. I'm like, because if I could walk away from everything, I'd just be homeless. I'd be out
Oh,
here on the corner somewhere, laying down under me some cardboard boxes. But since I'm not living that life, I got to live life
Mm-hmm.
and
okay.
everything that comes with it and with everyone that's attached to it. And so there are times where I think sometimes we don't really consider the fact that life ain't always, a buttery bed of roses,
Yeah, definitely.
internally or externally. Like everything can be in its place. You can have the money that you want. You can be making
Mm-hmm.
a good bread. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you can be drinking the good water. You could go be seeing the therapist and everything. But at the end of the day, there are parts of you that you have not discovered. There are parts of you that you don't understand yet. And you have not discovered every purpose for everything that's in your life.
True. Yeah,
Mm.
we
And
always.
sometimes in the not knowing, there's pressure added because of
Mm-hmm.
what you don't know yet.
Ooh.
That's true. We are never grown. We always growing,
We're
always learning.
always growing.
Always.
Yes.
Unless it's like a minor, I can't. I don't know if you're talking about somebody in particular, but I say I can't let. I don't make other people's problems my problem.
No, it don't have to be a problem. Okay, let me give you an example.
Mm.
Um, let's say you take on a relative, they staying for a little while, no big issue, you know. It's a cousin or something, somebody you
True.
cool with, you ain't got no beef with. No, there's no problem there at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not like you're not in conflict with this individual. The presence of them alone just took up space.
I've done that before. I've done that before. I let my cousin move in with me. Her four children and her husband. And they lived with me for 3 months. It took my mother to tell me to tell them to get up out of your house. It took my mother to
Mm.
kick them out my house because I was just so giving and She said, "Why is that girl in your house and her husband and her children?" Uh-uh. No, this is what we not gonna do.
Mm.
And we wasn't arguing, we wasn't fighting or anything like that. It was just like the fact that I was being, the longer that I let her stay there, the longer that she was gonna stay here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So sometimes it take other people to tell you.
Mhm. I definitely understand that. But what happens when you recognize it's an issue? Wow, dang, I wasn't expecting that. Um,
Like if
Sorry
I
about
was the
that.
cousin,
No, not if you were. No, not if you were the cut. Okay, now that's something different. When we're in us, oh, that's a
then I
wonderful
gotta take
example.
responsibility for what I've done. I gotta sleep in the bed I done laid. I done had all these kids and I got a husband, and you telling me I'm about to put
Mm.
myself off on my cousin. 30 days,
Mm.
60 days, 90 days. Come on, bruh. Y'all got to find something else to do.
Well, this is something that I consider sometimes. Not everything is easily escapable.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
get
can't
it
make
when
other
people
people's
got their
problems
stuff
my
together. I get it. I most certainly, when you didn't did all of the things, you crossed your T's, you dotted your I's. But I also understand those things that you cannot control. What if a tornado hit and people are
Mhm.
displaced and they need somewhere to go? Just for if no other reason, until they're able to get their banking situation together, or to be able to access a few things. This could literally be only a few days.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay,
thing
that's
that I
fine.
consider the thing that I consider as it pertains to the pressure of, do you not ask, do you not take a moment to ask someone for help, though you're in a situation that was out of your control? Do
Mm.
you allow the inner pressure of, I don't want to be a burden on somebody, keep you from reaching out to someone who may be able to lend a hand, even if it's temporarily?
What they say, if you don't ask, you don't. What that saying is? Y'all read that book. What they
Oh,
say?
You
not gonna
have
get.
not because you ask not. I
Okay.
get that.
Yes, yes,
I'm
that's
I'm
right.
only speaking to the thing of, You were saying you cut people off. I'm like, but what if the situation is reversed and it's you that's in need?
Oh,
I'm
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 saying I
I'm
cut people off that are energy vampires that have overstepped my boundaries when I have clearly put my boundaries in place. And, that's what I'm saying. I'll cut
mhm,
people off if I know that, come on now, it's strike one, strike two, strike three. Let them shenan once. Don't let them shenan again type cut off is what I'm saying.
mhm. Um,
But if it's somebody in need, okay, we work through that together. But you stay on top of them and say, okay, let's get to the bank. Let's fill out those applications. Let's look up housing assistance. I'm going to help you with resources, not just give you money. I'm going to help you to get your own. I don't
yeah.
want to pacify or handicap anybody.
And I get the whole thing about pacifying and handicapping. The whole thing that I have been talking about this evening has been about internal pressures, that in which
Mhm.
you experience yourself, not necessarily because of what's happening on the outside, but more so about the internal messaging that we have because of the things that we don't know how to deal with, because
Mhm.
of the things that sometimes can be out of our control. How you see yourself versus how someone else sees you is two different things.
Mhm.
Sometimes how someone else sees you can, in fact, influence how you see yourself, depending on the
Mhm.
situation. On the
Yeah.
other hand, there are things that, in because of the way you see yourself, you're not responding to what's in front of you properly, and the pressure that comes with I can't be who I need to be in certain spaces because I lack confidence, because I lack resources, because I've suffered loss in a way that affects me personally, internally, emotionally, mentally. There are things that we go through and things that we carry internally that never
Mhm.
get addressed sometimes. But just because it didn't get addressed doesn't mean that it's not there, that
Oh
things did
yeah.
not happen. And so while I'm not saying everything is a traumatic experience, I'm not saying that everybody has PTSD from every experience that they had that was negative. What I am saying though is that sometimes we can be in a space that I don't know how to deal with what I'm experiencing.
Sound
And
like I
there's
agree.
pressure in that as it pertains to acknowledging the fact that I don't always want to do the thing that everyone says I should do. And I believe I should. I don't always have the strength to do the mental capacity, the emotional bandwidth to deal with the things that's going on with me.
Mhm.
The
That's
faith,
pressure.
the
Go ahead.
faith, the faith. All I heard was faith. Out of all
Mhm.
that, all I heard was faith.
Hmm.
All those translate into faith,
Hmm.
trust, and knowing that everything that you need, you already have.
I
Hmm.
agree. But it
I
is
agree.
still I agree with what you saying, Lala. But I was gonna say, Tina, yeah, that can be a lot because it's like, okay, if you don't know what to do and it's like, okay, I don't know what to do, and then you might have somebody tell you what to do, but in that moment it just, I don't know, sometimes I just want to stop, like just stop and just, because if I don't know what to do, and it's like, what if you have like that internal pressure, and I'm not trying to like get off the topic, but if you have that
Hmm.
internal pressure and okay, yes, have faith, but sometimes I'm just be honest, and the Lord know my heart, like sometimes you don't want to hear that, like I need to hear something else because this ain't what I'm trying to hear right now, like I need, like, I don't know, but it's a lot. It can be a lot at times, but yeah, like Lala said, like faith, like trusting the Lord, because that's who I trust. I can't speak for nobody else, but yeah, continuing to trust Him and just asking Him to guide, but it can still be a lot. Like internal pressure be a lot because it's just like you and you. Like it's you and you. It's you and you. And then what if you have like internal pressures and you can't necessarily like go to somebody else or speak to anybody else about those pressures? Then what? So yeah.
Hmm. Um, if it's one thing that I could say as it pertains to um believing and faith, you can know something. You can know something that is going to work out and still feel the pressure to fix it yourself because you don't know when.
Mm-hmm.
You can experience the knowledge of and have the belief that there is hope as it pertains to a situation, but also be tempted to shy away from the help that's available.
Mm.
If it's one thing that I want to acknowledge about pressure specifically, is that having pressure does not necessarily mean that I dropped my faith or
Mm.
that I stopped believing. Having pressure sometimes is the result of having my faith in the midst of the thing that I'm going through.
Mm. Mm.
Sometimes it's the fight to hold on to the belief that it will work out
Mm.
against the fact that things don't look like they are working out yet.
Whoa.
That's pressure. I
So
have tried to have a honest conversation, and that's nothing against nothing that anybody has said. Not at all. It's just one of those things where what I have come to understand is that there are some times in your life that you didn't read every scripture,
mm-hmm.
you didn't prayed every prayer. The folks that came and prayed for you, held hands with you, and in some instances slather you down with oil and water.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't sprinkle a little salt, I don't know. Maybe they were trying to tenderize you. But what I can tell you, I'm just saying, what I can tell you is after you've done all of the things, you still feel the feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You still, though your mind says, yes, I've been through worse and came out better. I've been through a lot worse than the situation I had before me. This is not the end of the world. You can believe, you can know, and you can see, and you can understand, and you can perceive, and don't know how long you can hold on
Mm-hmm.
until the change comes. And that brings about pressure. It's not about being a negative Nancy or about having duality as it
Mm-hmm.
pertains to your own belief system. You can believe what you believe and you
Right.
can experience what you experience in the
Right.
midst of that belief. So there are times where the thing needs to be talked about as it pertains to I did the stuff that was prescribed to me, like when the doctor gives you medication, or let's throw out all the medication out the window. When someone tells me to drink water to reset my good health, to clear up my skin, to do whatever it is that's going to help me on a personal note, I'm drinking this water and I don't see no results. I'm drinking this water. I'm not losing any weight. Matter of fact, I got a breakout. I'm drinking this water. My stomach is still bothering me. I'm still hurting.
Mm.
I'm drinking this water. I'm doing the thing. I believed what you said. And I'm continuing to keep going, but I'm tired of drinking the water.
Mm.
That's a pressure. The pressure lies in wanting to stop. Though I believe what I believe, I still believe that what you weren't lying to me when you told me to drink that water.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there are things that are going on the inside of me that are continual, that are still happening. That though the water will one day begin to show up in ways that are remarkable, I'll be able to tell one day because my skin is wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
my stomach is better, or whatever it is that you told me to drink this okra water, pineapple water, cucumber water for. But at the end of the day, I have to keep going despite how I feel about the water,
Mm-hmm.
despite what the water is doing to me, despite what the results that I don't see yet. And it's in that space that I be want to deal with. It's those things that I be want to talk about. Or today, that's what I'm trying to address. Is that it is not foreign for you to be doing all the right things. It is not foreign for you to be saying all of the right things. It is
Mm-hmm.
not even foreign for you to be praying the prayer you need to pray, talking to the
Mm-hmm.
people you need to talk to, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, these things still bother you
Mm-hmm.
in the situation that you're in. I'm just saying, acknowledge the pressure. I'm
Yes.
healing, but I still feel the pain.
Yeah, healing is
Oh
still
my
hurting.
goodness. That's good.
I'm going through and I'm still being faithful to doing the thing they said is going to help,
Mm-hmm.
even though it don't feel good, even though it don't taste good,
Trust the
even
process.
though I'm trusting the process.
Mm-hmm.
And in trusting the process, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There
That's
Trust
are
the
good.
so
process and
many
it's tight.
times. There are so many times where we be, having all the slogans going. Don't let the devil see you sweat and all of that. I don't care nothing about none of that. I'm
Mhm.
hurting and I believe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
I'm getting better. I'm doing the things. I know I'm getting better because it's working. I believe it's working.
But you're
Eventually, I'm going to
still.
see it working. But before I start seeing results, I'm going through it
Yes.
instead of lying through it. And
Mm-hmm.
this ain't one of them
Mm.
times that we speak those things that be not as though they were. I'm saying be honest with yourself
Yes.
about how you feel,
Mm.
about what your actual experience is. Because you got a whole lot of people that have misconstrued perspective about how you get to the outcome.
Absolutely.
Because one day you was fat and the next day you was skinny. All they see is your before and your after.
Mm-hmm.
True. That's a
But they
fact.
didn't see when you snuck and ate a cupcake.
Hmm.
They didn't
Right.
see when instead of drinking that coconut water or drinking that okra water and the lemon water and the coconut water, you snuck and drank a Pepsi because you still had cravings that you were dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is, let's be real about the
Yeah.
pressure
Yeah.
to be your best and to do your worst. And they both live in the same body.
Mm.
Mm. Jesus. Whew. Mm.
And there are more people than just us that know this to be true.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Oh,
not a just you that's going through it.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm offering hope in that I want you to know that it's part of the human experience.
Absolutely.
It is
Amen.
part of the human experience to get it wrong while trying to do right.
Mm.
Yeah.
It is part of the human experience to have days where I could be as positive as a peppermint patty and still
Mm.
be nagging negative Nancy on the inside. But I want to present positive.
Mm-hmm.
My mind is changing, but it ain't made it to the other side yet. I just want to make the space to be honest. And it ain't got to be everybody's experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to force people to be victims. I'm not trying to make nobody walk around with the woe is me and play their own violins, walk around with their own body chalk and caution tape. This is not that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I am saying is your village has the same problems.
Mm-hmm.
Your friends, your loved ones, the people that you look to for strength have the same problems. The people who you look to
Mm-hmm.
be the examples may not be may not have the same rustle in the area you have the rustle because the man that got the 6 pack and the 8 pack, one of them real odds people that's always doing push-ups or something. Um, they can have all of the things that they want in life in the area that you want it and still be lacking somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know it because that ain't your struggle. But like Lala said earlier, it's on the table but it ain't on my plate. But I'm not the only one at the table. That's all I'm saying.
Amen. You ain't. You are not. That's why I'm like, yeah, as you continue to go, it's like, yeah, still got to be like, yeah, this is uncomfortable.
It's
I'm
uncomfortable.
trying, but I just want to know. That's what I was saying. This is uncomfortable. I
Yeah,
get
but
what
sometimes
everybody
we
is
could,
saying, but this
yeah,
is uncomfortable.
because you can
You
easily
know?
feel like you're the only one that's going through it. That'd be the hard part about it.
Oh yeah, definitely,
And
definitely
that's
to
even
feel that
worse
way.
to deal with that, you know.
Yeah,
But I've
yeah.
learned from watching Lala, whether it's the nutrition or it's other things, that her platform is set up for more than just herself. It's so other people
Amen.
can latch on and take the advice that she's given and become better people. Meaning, it's more, that message is for more people than just one.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ain't drinking the coconut and the lemon water.
The lemon water.
Water. Everybody ain't doing it. But there's someone that says, hey, I learned how to change up what I do. I
Mm-hmm.
learned how to put some things to the side. You can too. Let me offer you this instead.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, let me offer you this instead.
Mm.
Instead of feeling like you're by yourself,
Ooh, that's
instead
good.
of you feeling like you're the only one going through what you're going through, you're not losing your mind. You're not losing your marbles. And that's even if you have a mental health or an emotional issue. You're not losing anything. You're having a human experience. And it's okay to say, I'm not okay, but I'm getting
Ooh.
better. I'm not okay, but I'm learning how to get better. I'm not okay, but I need help to get better. I'm not okay. Do you know somebody that can help me get better?
Mm.
Because we all got to start from somewhere to deal with the stuff that's going on the inside.
Oh
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
Amen.
I'm not perfect, but I am progressing.
Yes,
Mm.
sometimes acknowledging the discomfort is the key to collective freedom.
Mm.
Being transparent and know that you are not alone. It's okay to say, I'm not okay, but don't leave off the butt.
Hmm.
Don't leave off the butt because there's something you can add to that. You can add help to that.
Hmm.
I'm not okay. You can add guidance. You can add wisdom. You can add instruction to that. I'm not okay. And you'll get better over time
Mm-hmm.
if you trust the process.
In the
Mm-hmm. That's
process.
good. That's good.
Love it.
Ladies, y'all got anything? Because I've been talking a minute. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No.
it's okay. I think that that's very good when you were talking about the pressures. Without giving all, I'll give a portion. I'll just say being a parent, and you are struggling with uh, a child's behavior. You feel like the more you fast, the more you pray, the more whatever, the more you try to talk about it, the worse it gets. And you internalize, am I a bad parent? You know, um, you may even know whatever areas you went wrong in the situation, but there is still that internal war of what did I do wrong? You know, it reminds me of situations in that regard because you do battle. You know, why is this so
Mhm.
hard? What did I did not do good enough? Why does it seem like the more I try, the worse it get? Why do I feel like the worst parent in the world? Um, so it's a pressure, you know. Some days it's hard to say, you know, I'm really having a hard time with this.
Mhm.
I don't know how to deal with it. I'm doing all I know to do. And it seems like the more I do, the worse it gets. And, it's hard uh, to talk about it sometimes, because you're wondering what the other person may think, um, about you, in that situation. That's a type of pressure, always second guessing your parenting abilities
Mhm.
or whatever. That's a different pressure, um, waking up in the middle of the night wondering, is it gonna get any better? That's pressure too.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, parenting can bring yeah. It can be, I can tell you, Yogurt, you are not alone. Every parent, I can't speak for every parent, but I feel like I can because I truly feel like every parent go through that, like having those questions, especially when you like going through a difficult season, like with your kids, like, okay, am I making the right decisions? Um, I like would sometimes have those thoughts, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It helped me to know that truly, like, whenever I make a decision, like for my kids and for our kids, that like I'm doing it with like the right intentions, right? And then like you will realize because it really ain't no handbook. And you will realize, like, like sometimes you make like that best decision like in that moment, and then like later on you might be like, you know what, that probably wasn't the best decision, but at that time, I thought it was. But I was gonna say you are definitely like not alone. It can be a lot. It can be a lot. But in reference to what you were saying about like, if you speaking with somebody else or if you have people that like you truly can trust and you can talk to them,
Yeah,
then you like I'ma just tell you like you gotta know like just trust that like they are. Sometimes when we think certain things, it's us. It's not even other people. It be us.
yeah,
Then putting those thoughts on other people, if that makes sense.
yeah,
But I was gonna
absolutely.
say you are not alone. I promise you aren't.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Um, mm, Sometimes the right and wrong is not the right wrong is not the system that gives the most valuable metrics. Sometimes we are trying to control
Mhm.
things beyond our scope. When I tell you that, thank you, Micah. I see you. I didn't acknowledge you earlier. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. I'm not ignoring any of you all. We were in a very, very deep conversation about
Mhm.
the different pressures. And I wanted to make sure I gave the space to discuss these things because it's so needed. It is so needed in this hour that we're in. Um, Honest and transparent, the pressure is real. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's the thing. It is very real. Mrs. G, I see you as well. And you speaking of Real Oz, I said something about Real Oz, but I didn't speak to him directly. But greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapman's, Miss G. So glad that you decided to hang out with us. And likewise, Real Odds, I want to make sure that I acknowledge you as well. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Chapmans. I'm trying to make sure I didn't skip somebody else. If you skip anyone else that may have come in, fantastic. I don't know if I spoke to you, but greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chapmans. Miss Virgo, you asked a question about how you can help a person when you and another person have been through the same thing. A lot of times, as short and sweet as I can put it, a lot of times um, you have to have an attitude or at least be able to acknowledge victory in what you're overcoming. If
Mhm.
you're both are looking at it, how could two walk together except they be agreed? Unless you both have the mindset of we're going to get through this together, and that's even if that's your assignment in the first place. Because sometimes you might not need to be tethered to certain people when you're going through certain things. On the other hand, it is a thing such as we're both in war together.
Mhm.
You're my battle buddy. I recognize the things, the pitfalls that are in your life that look just like the ones in mine. I could say, hey, watch out because something is aimed at you. Just like you could say, watch out, something is aimed at me because we have the same vantage point. But what I can tell you is that there are times when you got to go for yourself and you may
Mhm.
not be able to rescue the next person in your experience. And I hope I answered your question. If you still here to listen to it.
Felt that.
JR, yes, I saw you, sir. I'm so glad that you decided to hang out with us. Didn't mean I know I wrote something, but I just wanted to make sure I verbally acknowledged your presence. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us for a seconds. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to these here Chapmans. Um, Fantastic. Did I say something to you? I don't know if I did or not. Hey, lady. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the chat. It's my bad. If I didn't say something to you, I don't know. I know I saw you. I think I've been talking to you, but I just appreciate your presence. Thank you. Um, Again, I don't want to run this into the ground because we have been live for almost 2 hours now.
Mm.
We at 151, like Bacardi. Um, but what I could, I know, I'm sorry, but what I could tell you is that Um, I'm appreciative to all of you all who took the time, had the courage to come up, to speak, to lend your wisdom, to lend your perspectives, to share with us today. Um, I want to start with you, Lala, and ask you if you had anything else that you wanted to add, anything else that you wanted to tell us, and if it was anything you want to announce concerning your own channel. We roll out the red carpet for you.
Hey, everything is amazing, balls. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, there's just thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again. I'm most certainly again appreciate you even in sitting in the tension of the conversation. Um I appreciate your perspective. I appreciate your mind. You already are in highly intelligent woman. And I do not take for granted the fact that you were willing to grace our presence with yours. And so thank
Mhm.
you for coming up on the stage tonight. Yolanda, Brit Family Fun. Is there anything that you wanted, any last words that you wanted to share with us? And if not, did you have anything that you want to share concerning your channel?
I'm just grateful for another opportunity to be up on the panel with you ladies. I always learn so much, and it always give me pause for those mirror moments, just like in Bible study. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? To make you look at yourself, at your life, um, and be better, to make it better, so I definitely appreciate it because it always makes me think, heavily just about, the conversation, the topics, things that were shared. And so I just really appreciate it. So I say thank you. Soon I will be on a panel with
Mm.
fishy things. And other parents who have children with autism.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to that as soon as the flyers and things like that are made. I will definitely be posting that. So just be on the lookout because this is a first for me. Actually gathering on a panel
Mhm.
with other people that I've never even met before as content creators. I know fishy things. Yes, he is an autism parent as well, but meeting
Mhm.
other people, from his side of the world as well, that has parents with autism and sharing experiences and stuff really means a lot because it is Autism Awareness Month. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. But I definitely will keep you guys posted as to when the official date will be.
Okay. Please do.
Thank you.
Uh, Thank you so much. I first want to shout out a Agree to Disagree podcast. I see you. Most certainly want to um, acknowledge your presence here to this evening. I saw you said you're going to be kind to rewind one time to listen to what we had in mind. So glad that you decided to hang out with us in a pair of seconds. And greetings and salutations and welcome to the Chapmans. Um, Anthony's Too Real.
Hey though.
Do you have any last commentary? Anything you want to say to the people before we head out of here?
I don't really have much. I just want to say, even though like people don't be talking about it, like internal pressure is real. Um, I think everybody who got insides like probably feel it, even though it's hard to talk about, but you can't let it break you. Being like, yeah, definitely being pretzel mode at times. Is it uncomfortable? It is. But you can't let it break you. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. And yeah, being honest and being real, like Pastor JD365 was saying that it's the beginning to I forgot the rest of what she was saying, but just about being honest, like being honest about it, it's the beginning to I guess getting it together, figuring it out. But yeah, we ain't folding under pressure. We ain't folding. That's it. That's all I got.
Lastly, Lucky Shamrock, I see you. I appreciate your presence. So glad that you decided to hang out with us a pair of seconds before we are heading out, of course. So if you would, those who have come in late, if you would, be kind, rewind for the one time and see if you can hear something that might change your mind. So glad that you decided to hang out with us a pair of seconds. Greetings and salutations and welcome to these here Chatmans. One thing that I can say in bringing everything to a close is that when it comes to um, the pressure that has been building up, the biggest pressure of it all is to speak out, to say the thing that needs to be said, to address the elephant, not just in the room, but the elephant stomping around in your heart, stomping around in your memories, in your mind. stomping around in your emotions, wreaking havoc on your body. We all are temples. And if you don't take care of it, every aspect of it, something you may lose access to, whether that is the function of it or whether it is access to any of it. One thing I could tell you is that there are times where we have to be willing to acknowledge the things that cause pressure in our lives so that we don't have to walk around with high blood pressure, with hypertension in our relationships, hypertension in our fellowship with other individuals, hypertension as it pertains to the businesses that we're trying to conduct, hypertension on our jobs because we can't show up free, all because we won't acknowledge the pressure of which we're under. So today, I just ask you, I implore you, I beg you, take a moment to acknowledge what's hurting you before the thing that hurts you takes you out. You can overcome. Don't forget, it's okay to acknowledge that you're not okay. But just know that you're not the only one and know that help is available.
Mhm.
Thank y'all for coming out. Thank you to all of the panel guests tonight. Kendi K all day. Yolanda, Grit Family Fun. Lala, the high vibe coach.
Mhm.
Lala, the high vibe coach nutrition. We're so glad that all of you all have made it to the stage, have shared the stage with us. And thank you to all of you all that showed up in the chatmans tonight, making your voices heard, making yourselves seen, and giving us the support that we so gladly need. Thank y'all for coming out. Ring that bell because it's over. God
Bye.
bless you. Good night.
Good
Bye.
night, ladies. Bye.
Bye.